So what we have here now is a new progress update from Fallout Miami. Fallout Miami, if you guys don't know, as you can probably guess, it's a mod aiming to add in Miami into Fallout 4. With that comes some really beautiful landscapes. Again, I've showed you guys this a few times in the past, and it really is pretty breathtaking how high quality and just detailed some of these landscapes are. That's really what put me onto this mod initially, but even further, it's actually aiming to add in a few new factions into this as well. That being the Nuclear Patriots, basically a biker or road gang that, although having kind of a scary appearance, are actually largely good and against slavery and things like that. The Dreamers, which are heavy drug users trying to escape the desolate reality they find themselves in, and of course using drugs to go into their dreams and find a better thing up there, as with many people that do drugs. And then finally the Cabanos, which is kind of a mafia or mob style group that did run the area before the bombs did drop, and now they are still running it after the fact. For me, the Cabanos have definitely been the most interesting out of the bunch, and really the reason I'm telling you all this is there's a ton of lore and backstory already established for this. Obviously, I'm not going to show you all of that in this video. I'm just showing you the update, but I do really recommend you guys check out their website, check out their Patreon. There's a ton of other content on there if this is only your first introduction into this mod. So what this update brings are a few new images of some ghouls, as well as some of the different items we will have on this, and of course those Miami beaches that we have seen in the past. As you can see, this is looking pretty interesting. Again, you can see on those ghouls some different Ray-Bans, some different kind of beachy hats, as well as that rubber ducky float, which I personally am a huge fan of, and then just really the desolate nature of the beaches. They do mention that a lot of the ghouls in this mod are actually going to be dressed like this, calling them the chill ghouls, as well as we actually have some images of some other outfits they will be wearing, those being some kind of Hawaiian shirts and just beach attire in general. Personally, I really love this choice. I think that's a really cool way to handle the ghouls, making them still the same old ghouls at the end of the day, but at the same time having their own little flavor and flair that makes them stand out and really remind you as to where you are, Miami, not Boston or New Vegas or anywhere else. And now we actually have some concept art of Rad Surfer Dude. This is going to be the radio host there, very similar to the GNR with 3Dog that we did see in Fallout 3. This was something that was significantly lacking from even Fallout New Vegas, but especially Fallout 4. The GNR and just listening to 3Dog on the radio was such a big part of my Fallout 3 experience. So now getting a similar persona back in Fallout Miami, I think will be pretty cool. This guy's meant to be kind of your stereotypical surfer dude. A lot of tropes are used in his character, but in beyond that, we actually have 3 clips of just some of the sound effects that he will have, as well as I imagine there'll be some music, but of course those kind of little quips of him talking or doing something.
Oh yeah, sound of the ocean. Fucking seagulls. Fucking hate seagulls. Shut the fuck up, you stupid seagulls. Trying to listen to the ocean. You're listening to Miami Wasteland Radio. And I'm your host, Rad Surfer Dude.
That's just one of them. There's 2 others that I'll have linked down below. They sound pretty good for what it is. I'm definitely impressed with that, and I'm excited to see that be expanded because I think it'll just be kind of a nice dynamic to put on the radio as you're questing or adventuring or whatnot. And then finally, to conclude things, we do have some images of some of the level design that has been going on. There's nothing super specific to talk about in these as they're just kind of overall pictures, but you can definitely see some of these settlements and things like that are starting to take root. Just little minor settlements that will have like what is going to be the equivalent of the raiders in this. Maybe it'll actually be the raiders, maybe they'll have another kind of throwaway faction that you just kill as you travel on. All around, this mod is coming together quite nicely. It's definitely not progressing as fast as some other mods, but I gotta say, the level design especially is extremely high quality. It's just such a unique and different feel, yet at the same time totally capturing Fallout and the aesthetic I would love to see. I would honestly argue, in what we've seen so far, this may not be the most content rich in the sense that there's not a ton of weapons or armors, but just the overall aesthetic and feel they are designing with this mod is almost one of the highest quality out of the overhaul mods we have thus far. I don't know, maybe I'm totally offbeat with that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Again, everything I did show you will be linked in the description, so you can check out higher resolution pictures, listen to some of those audio tapes, and of course, if you want, you can support the mod on Patreon. As always, again, thank you guys for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you all next time. Later.